Greetings and hello. I'm Subhadra from Yoga Angels International, and today we're focusing on a few things in one compressed, compound practice. We're going to do root chakra healing. That's when we're going to talk about healing the inner child and the postures that can help that. Combined with that, emotional healing. And then, of course, sexual trauma. Now, these three components are placed together for specific reasons because when you think about the inner child and grounding the root chakra, all of that is in that first chakra, second chakra. And sometimes you can even go from first, second, third, and you'll find that all of that is swirling in there. So as we discuss today, and I show you the postures that you can use for healing your sexual traumas, there's many men and women we're running around with them. We don't have to. You change your clothes every day. Yes, we do. We would never be seen wearing the same underwear every day. No. Well, matter of fact, I beg to differ, we wash them, even if we have to wear them the next day. We purify them. Well, I'm going to tell you that we today are going to focus on first, second, third chakra, which we already done a video on, so please go look up on healing the chakras. Check that video out. But in the meantime, remember your inner child, your sexual traumas, and then grounding. They're all one of the same. So the same posture sequence is going to be what you use for all of them. And then from there, I think you'll find your blessed, what we call equilibrium, to be balanced and feel at peace and be in love with yourself. So let's begin. Sitting poses are coming in a lot here. One of my most favorite that we're going to start with is butterfly pose. So simple, but so difficult. Because the butterfly pose, we are working to get our knees down to the ground and release all the trauma from around the hip. If you're sitting in this pose right now and your knees are way up here or somewhere in between and it's just painful, I'm going to invite you to get yourself as many pillows. There's no limit. And stack them on top of each other, just like you see me doing with my pillow. And I fold mine like this. And I do that because it gives me a little more height. And then I sit on the pillow. You do the same at home. Quickly, grab as many lifts as you can. It doesn't have to be pillows, it could be anything. Blankets. I'm assuming you're there. And now we're back in butterfly. So in this butterfly, our heels are coming together. We're turning the bottom of our feet up as if we're about to read the bottom of our feet. As I'm turning, I know it's not easy. You're trying to get the ankle upon the floor and above the ankle on the floor. Imagine yourself to have a perfect butterfly, Baddha, bound angle pose. Look at the angle. And then you want to do the same on the other one. And draw them in towards your perineum in the first chakra, right where it is, where you're going to create that rooting. You pull the heel close towards that chakra. Then you lift every single vertebrae of your spine up. And here comes the stacking again. We have to stack first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And we're lifting up through our spine while we are pressing out through the inner thigh and pulling back into the outer. It looks like you're doing nothing, but you're working like mad. You're running miles of energy through your body. Come on, dig the heels, tighten the muscles in the leg, lift up the spine. Come on, lift the back of the head. And then we're going to take our hands forward and we're pulling and crawling and pulling and pull the chakras, pull the spine, the vertebrae forward, trying to let your head drop. The hands are stretching forward. The knees are pressing down. The inner thighs are releasing out. The outer thighs are pulling back into the hips. The hands are pressing. Do you see how much things you're doing all at the same time? Stretching the back forward, stretching the front forward. All right. Squeeze your hips, press your knees down, pull in your belly, sit up. That's butterfly. Very active and absolutely painful if your hips are tight. Bring the knees together. And now we're going to learn about sitting on our feet. So learning about sitting on our feet is very essential for any healing that has to do with first, second, and third chakra, having to do with roots, sensual energy. We must learn to sit and let our central nervous system be at balance. Whenever we have sexual trauma or any form of inner child wounds, we'll find that our nerve endings are off, not balanced. Can you bring your arms out to the side like wings? Your nerves are wrapping your legs. Your nerves are wrapping your arms. Your nerves are wrapped around the spinal column. Bring the arms up. Now, as you're sitting on the feet, I know this is painful. Though I'm sitting here, I know that it is not easy. But did you put pillows under your buttocks? Bring your arms out and down. Let us rock up and take notes of what we ought to be doing with the feet. We'll move our knees together. We are not sitting on the knees. We are sitting on the tibia bone. This makes a massive difference if you get this right. Right up and down the tibia bone. And then the knee is the patella. That is facing forward. Forward. And now when those knees come together, this inner knee is not going in. That will hurt the knees. I want you to bring the center of the shin in and then open the feet. What is your gap under your buttock? Is there any? Wonderful pillow again to the rescue. We call this raising the floor. So I just stick this pillow underneath my buttocks so that my bottom and the floor can meet through the pillow. And now we sit. Sitting here in hero pose, also known as Varasana, we're lifting up through the spine, through the back of the head. We're going to do some variation on our arms. Extend the arms out to the side. Think about wings. Your scapular shoulder blades are spreading away from the spine. Bring the arms up. Your waist is going up with the arms. See if you can hold the pose. When we're not flowing from pose to pose, the poses can be very weary and difficult. All right, that's a bad Indian accent. That's not the point. The point is that you are getting your waist up through your arms. They're one energy. And to sit here and be still and breathe is not easy, but do it anyway. Lift up to the back of the head. Interlock your fingers. Pull up. Squeeze hips. Tail under. Now let's bend our back a little. By lifting. By lifting. By lifting. Press the shoulder blades. All right, lift up. And arms out to the side. Gather energy. We're always moving energy. And put it into your heart. And bow. Now, from hero pose, we're going to move into a pigeon pose. Note that this leg is going back and it's turned in. And the front leg, which is your left leg, is going to come forward in a right angle. This pose you know as pigeon has specific alignment. Bring the knee over to the outer edge of the left side of the mat. And this foot can go down. I call that turning down the flames of the fire. And then when you turn it up, we're going towards a right angle, you are turning up the flame. But please be careful. What are you cooking? If you have it up here and this leg is open like this, sorry, no, pigeon, is what you're doing. And you miss all the wonderful opening you can get in the hip to release your traumas. So we go here. This internal rotation is what you're looking for. You hold that integrity and you then come to the right angle. You could be here and our hands are here. You could be here. You might just get it at that full right angle and stretch back through your back leg. One more point. The hip on that left leg, it is not going down to the floor. The hip never touches the floor, actually. The hamstrings pull back, way back, way back, way back. And the more I'm pulling the muscles of the leg, the more I'm getting the opening in the groins and the hip. That's where the sensual trauma tend to hang out. The groins. Breathe. We turn the navel. And then I'm going to ask you to put the elbow on the floor and extend. Now, what if you can't do that? Then hang out here and look into your groins, your hips, and breathe. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Do about 5 or 6 of those. Inhale. Exhale and repose. If you watch, though my body is in one pose, I'm constantly adjusting it to get deeper into my custom fit pose. And then, of course, it feels good now that I could drop. This buttock is not going into the floor. It is rolling into its alignment and pulling the muscles back. Push your hands into the floor. Suck your belly in. Draw the knee back. Draw the knee forward. And what is the name of this pose? I swear I heard somebody say hero. All right. I have a vivid imagination. But that's not the point either again, right? I would like for you to remember that this is a hero pose. Some of its benefit is, yes, all right, again, vivid imagination. I thought you just said central nervous system alignment, realigning the nerves. This is all true. Improvement of the circulation. Yes, indeed. Let's bring our arms way up, way up. We get the length, we squeeze the hips, consolidate the pose, and all that stuckzation that holds trauma, I want you to suck it up. Lift again. Pull the belly in. And the more you keep doing that, lift, excavating, pulling organs up, pulling organs back, and then lift the energy up the body. Rise up to your heart. Take the power of your body into the heart and up into your skull. Then breathe. In and out. Spread out your toes. Now lift your back way up into the chest. Stick your tail under and open your heart. Take the energy up into your heart. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. And release. Arms out. Arms up. Let us just roll up onto our knees. Now instead, you're sliding your left leg back. Again, the right foot is going for that. I heard you said right angle. Now, every leg is going to be different from the other. This one is my tighter one. Which one is yours? Discover that because I'm going up further on my mat. The more you discover which side is more restricted, then you understand how you carry your energy in your body. Are you more restricted on your feminine side, your masculine side. The midline is the childlike energy, the inner child. That's where your central nervous system lie. And we want that sympathetic nervous system to be touched and awakened. So keep going. Are you turning up the flame or are you turning down the flame? Are you cooking what? It depends on what you're cooking. We want a certain amount of flame under a certain different food. Now, if you don't realize, I am just using food as a reference point, but I really mean that you must determine what's the right angle for your body. Rotate the thigh in, drop the elbow, pull up the belly, and grow. If you cannot shoot the energy out through your chest and arms, go ahead, back it up, and stay on the forearm. More modification. Remember, you're always reposing. You're giving yourself the opportunity to find new space in the body. Keep going. Take a deep inhale, a long exhale. Pull the inner outer thigh back to the hip. Walk up that foot in line with the knee, right angle. Stretch out through the back leg and toes. Stretch out through the arms and fingertips. Pull the chest forward and flatten the back. All right. Pull your belly in. Curl your toes. Lift up and slide the knee back. And we know where we're going, right? We're going to sit on the feet like we were going to do hero pose. And this is hero pose base. We're going to open our knees now. Open them. How far do we open the knees? Where we still keep the shins, the tibia bone on the floor. And these inner knees are lifting up. We pull our tummy in. We glue, literally lament your bottom down onto your heel. Pull in your belly. Pull your hands. Pull your belly. Pull your hands. So the hands are going forward, but the belly, the abdomen, the organs are going back. Keep doing that. Stretch out the lymph nodes. Stretch out the latissimus, that side body, that front anterior spine right there. You want to pull it forward, and then you drop your head. This is your child's pose. A working child's pose, which means your hands are pressing hard. Your arms are straightening, stiff. Your head drop. The back drop into the chest. And you breathe. Inhale through the nose. Press the thumb, press the index, press the middle finger, ring and pinky finger down. Root your hands into the floor. Root your feet into the floor. Become the pose. Stay in your postures and breathe. Learning how to become the pose and allow the areas of your body to be released. Once they're constricted, you need time in the pose to unbound them. Walk your hands back. Pull your belly in. Roll your spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And sit up, straight and tall. Wrap the tailbone under and rest. Our next trauma healing, emotional healing, inner child healing, just let's say we are going from the root and excavating out. We're going to our next pose. You have done your pigeon, but I want you to practice pigeon sitting up. This is my left foot standing. It's as if you're making sure this inner arch stays very long. I want you to hug yourself. You're going to give yourself love. What if your foot cannot make it to the inner elbow? You have a hand. Grab the foot with the hand and step the foot in your palm. If your leg is still too tight, lifts. Put many pillows under your buttocks, and that will help you. My left hand on my inner thigh.
It's pushing it back, and I'm lifting straight up and pulling my foot towards my chest. This is a hard maneuver. I get it, but you're going to do it anyway, right? Because life gives you difficulty, and it's an opportunity to grow. So let's grow. Come on, lift up in your chest. Lift up and pull and push and release. Now, if you can, go ahead, stick it into your arm and pull and pull and push. This is the opposition that happens in poses to show you that even in opposing forces, one can grow. Lift up your spine. Pull. You feel a sensation is moving in the hip, right in the femur bone, plugging into the abductor. You want that. That's juicy stuff. Again, we go here. We grab, right? You don't have to go here. This is deep. Let us start here. Flex the foot. Palm. Heel of the hand. Pushes. It push. I got a nice little pop just now. Are you popping? Flex your heel. Push. Pull. Remember, this is pulling and this is pushing. And the whole time, you're getting up on the buttock bone so that first chakra is pointing into the ground. You're rooting. You can also grab the ankle. I like to do all sorts of things to make sure my joints are safe. This is one of my favorite. I play footsie with my fingers, and I hold my foot nice and strong. Once my fingers and foot is together, I push and I pull. I know it looks easier than it feels. It might feel very difficult. Pull, push, pull, and then you got that. So let's go into the elbow. Flex, flex, push, pull. Eventually, you really want to hold the leg and hug yourself. I love myself. I am proud of myself. I am strong. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm wise. And feel, what does that really do to you? I've used it and I'm becoming. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm becoming. And I've used this for years, these mantras, and they work. We're going to do that again, but we're going to do it a different way. We're laying on our back. So you have done pigeon sitting. You have done pigeon on the floor. Now you're going to do pigeon on your back. Spine strong, straight, legs straight. Let me find the center of the mat here. Everybody remember this? This is mountain on your back. Yoga can be done on your back. For those people who cannot really, they have illnesses and cannot really stand up, you can do yoga on your back and bring you to standing. It's been proven. I'm going here now. You see the similarity? I'm going here. When I grab this foot, I am pushing back because I'm still looking for my right angle. You can support the ankle. I'm still looking for my right angle. You can go here. Choose where you are. And remember, we custom fit with absolute compassion. Press the leg on the floor down. Pull, pull, pull. And you're hoping you can do this. And you're hoping that you can hug yourself. It's a nice, tight hug. And it comes with mantras, we know, right? Affirmation. Say about 5. Mine is, I am abundant, free, full of life and love. I am what I am. All right, what's yours? That one kind of just flew out, huh? I like it. I must really believe in that. That was one. What happens over here is the same thing. Flex, grab, push. Now, I have noted to you that my right side is my tighter side. Which one is yours? And what is your custom fit hold? This one on this leg, it's this for me. Can you find your right angle? Press the leg down. If you can't press it down, this is an alternative. Bend the knee, but keep working. Get the trauma from out of the hip, which breeds frustration, anger, loathing, self-loathing hang out in there. And this is why it is so good to do these poses in order to get self-love. Hold the foot, flex the foot, pull. Breathe. You can see this side is giving me a nice challenge and a big opportunity to grow. Bend the knee if it challenges you too much, and go. And go. All right. So let's recap. You can pull in your belly, roll up. We have done our pigeon onto our front sitting. We have done it literally on our back. But I want to show you something. We all started here. Can you see pigeon in this pose? Obviously. Obviously. So there is another pose that you can also see the pigeon in. If you keep in mind, come here with me, Sukhasana, cross leg, that you are doing this all the time, throughout all of your openings, this will help tremendously as you practice how to heal lower chakra trauma, sexual trauma. Trauma. Let's just call it what it is. And when you heal your trauma, you really heal your inner child wounds. I should know. The stories. So, practice anything that makes you sit. So, hopefully you're in Sukhasana. One of the things I really want to pass on is when you're in Sukhasana and all these poses, it's always nice to line up the chakras and do a diving in of a forward bend. Did you notice that forward bend? Also on the pigeon. When we bend forward, we bow within ourselves, acknowledging that we are divine. And that's our highest state of being. But even more so, when we bow forward, we literally become at peace with our past and present with the current time. That is something you don't want to give up. You want to always stay as present as possible. So when things get tough or when you're distracted, dive in. There's so many forward bends. Now we're about to pull out the big cat. The big cat is what I call Hanumasana. And it is the splits. We know this, the lounging. So let's start here. Left foot forward, right leg back. We're here. Very similar to pigeon. Remember, pigeon, you would just go over here and that, and that. Well, right now, we are going to go forward. What I'm not going to do is this. What I want to hold the integrity is to keep that back leg turned in. And anywhere you stop, you build up those big blankets. You could be up here. I started up here. I had 3 bolsters. So about this up here. And I worked my way down. So I want you to hold your integrity, turn that back leg in, stretch out the toe, and keep moving through the groins, open up the root chakra. Because again, some things on root chakra. Maybe not in the split, huh? We're going to do it anyway. You can come out anytime you wish. My navel has to turn. And that root chakra, again, is pointing down to ground you. This thigh is going down to the ground. This inner thigh is pushing down to the ground. The toes are flaring and they're excited to be independent. All of this activity is happening without losing that internal rotation on this thigh. It's a lot of work, people. All right? We come down, we chill and smile and say, I'm beautiful. I am strong. I am free of all childhood trauma, and I create my own destiny. That sounds good to me. All right, let's go and kiss her knee. Me now put lipstick on my clothes. But I'm saying, I love myself. I love myself. What if you're up here going, say it anyway. I love myself. I may still get lipstick on my clothes. All right, no problem. Let us gently roll out. Bend that front leg like you're going back to pigeon. Roll it forward like you're going to what? Butterfly. Bring this swoop one. And you see, they're all the same poses. We're back to the beginning. Of course, Other side. Turn. Internal rotation. Remember, pigeon is your foundation for Anamasana. Pigeon is called Ekapada Rajakapatasana. You can sing it and it sounds good. Ekapada Pada Rajakapatasana. And then this one is called Hanumasana. And this, we know, it's not as easy as I'm making it look. It took me years to accomplish it. Remember, take support. And that would be pillows or blankets, something to fill the gap. If you're up here, it's okay. Fill the gap. Be where you are now. Now, I'm trying to now drop into the hip. A lot of times people drop into the knee. Don't do that. If you want to do it to show yourself, just bend the knees and then drop the hip first. Then straighten the knee after. It works. Now I turn. I turn. I turn. I'm breathing through this process. Deep inhale through the nose. Long exhale through the nose. I'm sinking in. I'm kissing. I love myself. And of course, when you have had enough, crawl the hands back, pull in the belly, soften the knee, slide it around. Slide it around. And we know where we end up. Right where we started. I love the rocky thing. I'm a kid. I mean, a 53-year-old kid, but me a kid. Meaning you must play with your inner child. Don't let anyone make you too stiff, because it's not a thing for a grown-up. Don't be too grown up here. Let us rock back and forth like a child. Right buttock, left buttock, right buttock, left buttock. The whole time you're giving yourself permission to excavate all the tightness and gripping and resentment and the hatred and the anger that you somehow think is going to protect you. Let it go. Release. Release. Envision it going away. Release. Lift up. Press down. Suck in the hips and lift the chest and breathe. Smile. It's worth smiling about. Breathe in, breathe out. And really invite your entire body to be open. Let's continue. If the split was very hard for you, just practice every single day. Come back to again a seated position. I hope you remember this one. It's benefit, circulation, right? Big one. Sit in hero pose. Now we're moving on. Try to sit for a little while. In your hero pose, we're going to put in something spicy called Gumakasana. We rock up. We bring knees together. We take our hands to the floor, taking our left leg in front of the right. From the groins, we wrap deep. Open our feet apart and start to sit over towards your left side, wrapping the legs in. This cow face pose, not as easy. I know it is one of those poses that you might find not possible for you. And then some of you, you're sitting nice and flat. Do what you can. Then our arms come out. We take up our right arm. You remember eagle? Opposite? Same thing. Right arm go up. Instead, the left leg is on top. Then we take our left arm out. We move it up and we try to grab. What if you can't make this inhalation? It's fine. You may have a strap. This is going to seem very funny. I mean, I want a piece of fern. This is when the Jamaican in me come way forward. And I find this little flower. But if you can imagine a strap, I don't have one on set right now, as a flower, this is what you're doing. You're working your way up the strap, and you may be here. The point is, remember to continue to progress and do the best you can at every given moment. And right now, if I couldn't have grabbed that flower, would have been a good alternative. Pull in your belly, rock up, knees in. Now, on top, you're going to put the right on top. You open the feet, and you're sitting back, trying to be, don't just fall down, sit slowly. Take time in your poses. Definitely a yoga angel standard. Get to know the pose and become the pose. We're here. This is my tighter side. I think I said that before. The right side is where I get my opportunity. Reach up. Drop the left hand down. Opposite of the right on top, the left is on top. Arm back. And you do the best to make that grab. If you cannot make the grab, use a strap, something, anything. Keep progressing. Lift, and you can lay over the leg. And up we come. Unravel. Unravel. Rock up. We have opened a lot of energy in her heart from her lower chakra. And I want it to move up into our heart. So if we excavate energy here and we clear space, you want to be purposeful in how you direct the energy. You want to create. That's why we do any of this. But before we go to our sense of back bends, where you're going to take the energy and throw it in your heart, there's one more set of excavation that I want to show. This is a bit more advanced, and I know, but there's always a modification. We grab the foot, right? Now, I'm going to show you this from the side because I think you'll see a better angle. We grab the foot. Remember this? Page in and we hug ourselves. I know I hear you guys screaming, I love myself. I am powerful. I'm filled with love. Joy is all I am. Blah, blah, blah. You can go on for miles and for hours with that one. Now I want you to push back. We're trying to form a right angle right there behind. Now, if this pose is not working out for you, stay here and hug yourself. If you can, lift upon the buttock bone and stick that right angle behind you. And then bring your spine and chakra forward. Keep holding. You can grab the big toe with the thumb and index. You can grab out here. You can grab your ankle. Grab something. My ultimate favorite is out at the little toe side. And then I'm going to straighten both my legs. Flexing up through my top heel, I am pushing out through my bottom heel. Pushing forward with my up leg from its front, I'm going to press down in the ground from my bottom leg and lift. And then I will bend, throw it over my shoulder. Again, breathe. Nice, strong, open toes. And now going up, I push it back again. Now, this is what we're going to call the bonus. Taking my hair out the way. And you put the foot behind your head. Now, I know this one is very advanced, but remember, this class is more for the advanced and intermediate, and the beginners, you are welcome to try and do as much as you can. Never back away. Now, my advanced people, my leg is pressing down, my foot is flexing, and I'm daring to say, my heart, can you turn up to the ceiling? Now, at some point, you're going to either lift the leg, press it down, or you can bend the leg. It's really, or you can go back and forth, right? And then I will flex, I will sit up, turn myself forward, and lay. And again, take myself back up and come out of the pose. That was a bit of a journey, but we're excavating sexual trauma. That's not a small journey. We're excavated any form of inner child wounds. We want those gone. It's going to take some big bulldozer to take those out. That was one of your big bulldozer. That's all. We can do this. Do the other side. Bend. Push. Push. Remember, the whole time you're pushing, you're still negotiating and getting up on your buttock bones. Push. We're getting that right angle again. Behind you. Behind you. And you're pushing forward. I'm going to turn so you can see the angle of the leg. So again, you're here. Same right angle. Everything we started with. The principles of these yoga postures remain the same, but your body will turn in space. So none of this stop being what it is. It is what it is. You are just moving your body around. So from here, what is your hole? Is it this? Thumb, index, and middle finger wrap? Or is it on the inside? Is it the ankle? I told you my favorite one is the outer foot. But that's just where I've come through my journey. As you lift the leg up, this is my more challenged side. Everyone has it. Think about you. What is yours? Reach up the heel. Now I'm going to give myself a nice little push so that I could pull my body forward in the upper body. And here I go again. This leg, quadricep, push into the femur, femur push down. Toes are excited and grateful to be independent. Leg is pushing back. I bend, and of course, flash my hair out the way, because it does get in the way, and breathe. We're lifting. Now this side is my challenge side. What if you can't lay back? I'll show you what I do with my challenge side. Once I get it up on its buttock bone, always reposing. Never rush in your yoga. It's senseless to rush in yoga. You come to yoga to slow down. Lift. Push. Press. When I get back here, and if you manage to get it behind your head, have fun. Instead of me trying to go forward with it, I'm backwards, I go forward, and I go in. 1. I come back up, I push back a little. I go in. 2. I come back up, and I push back a little more. Then I go in. 3. And what I'm doing is, I'm ultimately working this leg to become as flexible as my other leg. You have to customize your poses to your body and your mind consciousness. Never be aggressive. Ever. In yoga, it's never aggression, it's surrender. So those 3 right there, I can feel my right traumatic hip, which is where I kept my stuff, saying, what are you doing? And I'm saying, I'm requiring more space. Go into your body. Be nice, be compassionate, and be kind. Last pose in the seated area. We're here. Everybody remember that, where we're going heel to navel. Looks like that in the front. the big one, Padmasana. But we are starting with half Padmasana. Padmasana means lotus. And lotus pose, we're trying to get the bottom leg up on top. And we're doing so without traumatizing the joints. So please be mindful. Lift up the ankle, wrap the hip around, and pull the foot up on top. Not an easy one for me. Once we're here, this is a great place for meditation. It's also a good place for flexing and, of course, diving forward. And, of course, we're breathing. Then we pull our belly in. We walk in. You take the leg out with consciousness. Please, no flip-flopping. We take our hands underneath. We lift, we whittle, we support, and we place. We support, joint, we flex, and we place. What is this? We back in the beginning again. And this is called butterfly, Baddha Konasana. And we allow all that energy to move through our spine. Where is the nervous system wrapped again? I think I had said it in the beginning. In our spine, our legs, and our arms. Do you notice how much of those we have been unraveling? Gumu, we did the legs, because, and then the spine is always coming forward. Having the knowledge of what to do is very essential for a great practice, and also for change, for the poses to really reveal themselves to you. So here we go again. We remember this. We hugged ourselves. We had affirmation. I love myself. I'm powerful. I'm wise. I have integrity. All of that. Well, we're doing that here. We'll flex. We'll pull the heel into my belly button. Did you get yours? And we go here. This is the half. We don't have to do the full, right? But if you can, you go ahead and bring up that bottom leg, supporting the ankle. Notice I am supporting and then I bring it up. So from under the leg. Yes? That's your Padmasana. We can dive forward. We've discussed that one. We breathe. In the nose. Out the nose. We pull in our belly. And we come up. To come out, no aggression, please. Only compassion. A little whittle, a bit of support, and we place. Same thing. More support, flex, and we place. And there we are again in the patient pose of my life, butterfly. One must be very patient when they practice this form of practice. Yeah? From butterfly. I swear this is the last one. I said Padmasana was going to be, but we have a little bit of time. At least I'm guessing this. We are at a right angle. Remember the sweet hug? I love myself. I'm so beautiful. I don't know. Your inner child is so essential to play with all the time. I think that when we get too serious, we look miserable and unkind. And I think when we get playful, we look young and vital and full of love and freshness. Well, I know you know which one I'm aiming for, right? Well, welcome on the ride. I'm hugging. Now, this right angle on the ground, all I'm doing here, I'm putting the ankle at the bottom of the femur. And I'm ensuring that this foot, this ankle is not buried in the ground. It's slightly lifted. And this is what we call double pigeon. So we have gone from single pigeon to double. And when we stack, you might even hear it called equal sign. We're funny. You can see what that we're going for, right? Now from here, we're going forward. This chakra, this spine, the bandhas, there is a zipper. I want you to zip it forward and zip it up.
Imagine energy flowing into your heart, into your crown. And you're gaining knowledge and joy and courage and love. Breathe, big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Stay as long as you can. And then squeeze the hips
And pull yourself and come up. Unravel. And let's do the other side. We'll take the right leg and we'll bring it again for hugging. And remember, we did discuss that if you can't put the foot in the hand in our last chakra healing video, I kept saying, don't go in here if you can't. Maybe I even said it in this one. You can always hold the foot like this. It doesn't have to climb all the way into the elbow joint, okay? Be compassionate. Custom fit the pose to what you can do. Now we hug. I'm dynamic. I'm filled with joy. Life only shows up well for me. All things are learning lesson. I'm cute. Do little childish things that makes you just smile at yourself like, it's okay. Be joyful. Now flex your heel. Flex your heel. And the more we flex the equal sign, we want to go for it. Right about there. How about that? That looks pretty okay to me for now. And then, keeping the flex, keeping the lift, keeping the flex, I walk forward and I try to get that spine to just come as far forward as possible. I'm breathing in and out the nose. My arms are straightening. I'm flattening my back into my chest, squeezing my hips together, and then walking back. One vertebrae at a time, I rise, I support, release. And we all know, yes, I hear you, butterfly. We're there again. In our butterfly this time, we're going to use it for a nice twist as we start to come out of our root chakra poses. Consider them like poses that ground you. You notice we never stood up once. No need. Stay grounded. Now we press our feet, dig our heels. We take up our left hand. We put the right behind us. And now we're going to swing our left hand over to the right knee, lifting up through the spine. One more thing. Don't forget, you're welcome to use as many pillows as possible to get more length out of the spine. That is very essential. All of a sudden, the hair is becoming a bother. Now I know why women was kicked out of yoga in the olden days. Feisty. Anyway, I understand. We had too much going on. So here we are again. A little cleaner, you can see. Up, hand, lift, twist. The whole time I'm reminding myself that this left leg must anchor down. And all it wants to do is what? Lifts up. So you anchor it down more. You turn. The backhand supports the spine. And release. Other side. Same thing. Hand behind. Press. The more we release and excavate out through the inner thigh, the more we contract and pull and integrate on the outer. Still digging the heels, lifting the spine, pressing the knees, using the backhand to lift you up and release. Of course, we're coming down on our back. We always integrate after a class. These lifts, there's a great support it can give you under the pelvic rim, right there, and the lumbar. So it's under the pelvic rim. The lumbar is the L band. That's where your lower back is. This is a right angle. I'm hanging out in my right angle on my lumbar, and I have raised the floor there. Welcome to do so. It's delicious. Right leg up. Left leg up. This again, the big right angle, looks simple, but as we know by now, your legs are shaking. It's okay. Mine's not shaking now because I've been doing it for a long time, 28 years to be exact. So I don't get as much of the realignment in the leg, right this second, not in this pose. Of course, I get it in other poses, but not this one. Hold them at the right angle, and we're going to open them, drawing across the sky. The whole time, staying committed to keeping the legs straight. That's one. Find back your right angle. And leading with the heels going up and the front of the leg pushing back. Tighten the muscles into the leg. Push the legs out to the side. See if you can touch the feet or the knees. Again, excavate. Imagine every trauma, everything that feels grip. Clear them out. Look at my hand gesture. Can you imagine if you can just do exactly that with the muscles and the ligament? Pull them apart. For birth, the more you open and release all that inner child trauma, your sexual trauma in general, you will see that this womb-like area, the full birth of creation, is really meant to be open and free. And of course, it's so sacred that it's not to be free and you become frivolous with it. No, obviously not. It is to be free to create. And you can use that creation for money. It's not just having children. So please, let's go for another round. Right angle. Out. Heels leading. 1. Bring it up. 2. Bring it up. 3. Push your butt down at the same time. Bring it up. 4. Excavate. Open up. 5. Lead with the heel. And as you come here, I want you to hug yourself in child's pose. We're going to roll our knees around our ears now. Notice how my toes are really pointing down as I'm pulling my knees into my chest. Do that the best you can. Point. It's really a lot of tightness in the top of the feet for us. And the more we point, the more the nerve endings in our legs respond. From here, take a deep breath. Do not turn your head. And you're going to pull your knees around your ears. Please watch. We started here. Then we got here. I'm saying take all of your bottom.
And roll yourself onto your shoulders. Kana Pindasana, earring pose. And breathe. Keep the weight off your neck. The weight is in the shoulder, the neck, and the head is light and free. Lift up the spine, pull in the abdomen and organs to the back of the spine. Breathe. Breathe deep and long and broad. Gently release your hands. Roll your shoulders in. You can remove your pillows. Put my hands on my back, and I'm going to take my right leg up, and then my left. Notice that my feet are not over here. I can even dress myself. Very interesting. You're lifting up. Your legs is back here. The weight again is not on your neck nor your head. It's in your elbows and your upper arm. Breathe in. Let's bring the right leg down, but pushing up at the same time. So right here, front of the right leg, the femur bone pushes up to the ceiling even though the leg is going down. Another right angle. And up it comes. Other leg. Pushing up. Another right angle. Bring it up. I am reposing a lot, moving my hands down my bra. And very gently, you bend your knees, pull in your tummy, gracefully drop down, and with your hands and your head back as brakes, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll your body down. And it is now time to end your session with integration in Shavasana. Your back should feel nice and free. And all that energy we have excavated from our groins, out of our womb, we're going to drag it into our heart. Now, as you're pulling it in your heart, take deep breaths. Long inhale, long exhale. You can move into our chakra healing for some of the back bends in it. And if you feel like you can keep going, you're welcome to integrate the back bends and the standing poses of that sequence for deeper excavation in the hips and groin. But you want to move it up into our heart. Remember how we move the knees around our ears? That's how you put it into your heart. Or you can use back bends, deep forward bends. Keep the energy from the base chakra rising. Close your eyes. Relax your arms, right and left. Also, relax your legs, left and right. You under your pillows. For me, I just could feel I have to be consciously making sure my forehead is higher than my chin. I want that to come with ease. I'm done working. So in Shavasana, I'm surrendering, right? In such a deep state that there is no work at all in the pose. I am just allowing descension and ascension and integration all at the same time. As I descend, by the way, I'm adjusting my lumbar, stretching my lower back, and again, resetting my feet. Since I put the pillow under my head, that changed the trajectory of the pose. Close your eyes. Touch your thumb and index. Your thumb and your index touching is again a mudra,
And a mudra are finger gestures, little signs, symbols of the fingers touching, which also helps to balance the neurological system, rewire the brain. Small gestures, but big, big benefits. Breathe in and out your nose, keeping your eyes closed. Suck your eyes in to the back skull. And today I want you to gaze it down towards the tip of your nose. Keeping the eyes closed, you're still gazing at the tip of your nose with both eyes becoming one eye. Now let's try to practice our smile. Soft, receptive Buddha face. Let's allow the palms to be nice and soft and deep, receiving and giving, letting go. Begin to look deep into your womb. Take the eyes now down from the nose and look into your navel, down in the bottom of your belly. And breathe deeply in the bottom of your abdomen, letting it puff and broaden, letting go of any frustration, letting go of any sense of anger. Release any entitlement. Invite in forgiveness. Let us forgive our families, our friends, our community, and ourselves. Forgive your lover, your husband, your wives. This is a time where you've made so much space. Now forgive. Go into your intellect, go into your mind, go into your brain, rewire, and allow yourself forgiveness, letting go. Breathe in freely. Smile. Watch your breath. Relax your tongue. Extend your next incoming breath and your next exhale. Fingers become a little active. Toes got the message. Head side to side. And as your outer extremities move into the physical world, keep your state of mind nice and quiet. All that space you make now is yours to cultivate this new person you are. You're right in there, and now you've discovered more of who you are. No longer programs. Now, huddle yourself in a nice, sweet ball. Give yourself a few more affirmations. I will rise as my divinity. I am powerful, strong, and divine. All great things come to me with ease. And my subconscious clears, fix everything with grace all the time. When you sit up, you'll sit up as your infinite self. Clear, balance. Now using your elbow and your palm, push down into the floor. And as you rise, rise as your divine self, letting go of all the old things that you excavated. Don't bring them up. Come up renew, vital, filled with love, and ready to now feed that new you, that new space. As we sit here, we bring our hands together. This is called Anjali Mudra, another mudra. And once you're here, it balances the brain, the hemispheres of the brain. So keep those palms pressing, spine lifting. Let's place our hands on our crown. And with this crown, we will rise into our infinite intelligence. And with our hands on our third eye, we will see with the eye of wisdom and allow ourselves to move into this world, awaken. And we bring our hands to our lips. We'll speak with kindness. We will use words of love. And we'll use our speech for healing. Let us go to our heart. And with my heart, I will open to unconditional love, to self-love, self-care, self-joy. Let us become full of ourselves in love. We'll bow our head and we'll bring some coherence within our mind and our heart. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, in and out. Keep your eyes gazing inward. And on the last exhale, when you lift your head, you will pull your eyes in and use your lenses to gently look out, staying within the body, gazing slightly down. Namaste.
Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed your class. Join our wellness community for online and in-person yoga classes, retreats, teachers trainings, self-development courses, and children and family yoga. Our website is yogaangels.com or IG handle at yogaangelsintl. We also have a podcast, Strip to the Naked Truth. You can find it on YouTube. And if you want to follow me, my handle is Subhadra Bowman. Have a blessed day. Namaste.